So, a 2-hour bus ride from Struga on the lake, on the shore of Lake Ohrid, gets you to Bitola, a fairly big town by all accounts. Decent bus ride, not much room, but very bearable. The scenery was absolutely fantastic. Went through these mountains, misty valleys, trees dripping with moisture, lichen and moss, and now I'm in Bitola. So anyway, why did I choose Bitola to come and visit? Because there's Roman ruins here, there's remnants of empires, there's an old town, there's a zoo, there's the forested surrounds, and yeah, it seems like to be a bit going on here, so I thought, you know, let's go and see a bit of a town, check it all out. And so far, only minutes into it, I'm liking it. So, quick check of accommodation options in North Macedonia. Booked this one. This is a true apartment. Really nice oven, cooktop, pots and pans, air conditioning, heater, TV. It's all really nicely laid out and girly-fied. Nice shower and dining area. Beds in here, and then there's a really nice balcony as well, overlooking a bit of a park. So I'm well happy with this place. And this, believe it or not, is 106 euros for 5 nights. So that works out to just over 30 Australian dollars a night. So very affordable and very good value in North Macedonia, the accommodation options. And I can go down there, get some nice food and actually cook up some food. I had some lovely salads in Ohrid, but it's hot food time. So yeah, top stuff. So what a bonus, just a few hundred metres away is a Cam Mall. Kevin's going to be stocking up. Good morning, Romans. So today I'm on my way to Heraclea. It's about a 25-minute walk out of town from Bitola. And it was founded in the 2nd century BC by Philip II of Macedonia and later developed by the Romans. So as far as I know, there's like baths there, various civic buildings, probably an amphitheatre, that type of stuff. But it's the connected history of this place. We're so close to the Greek border. And apparently Bitola used to be on a really important road which stretched from Byzantium to the Adriatic. And this was a place of consuls, a place of embassies and ambassadors for various regions. So it's an important location and one of the reasons I came here. And you've got the beautiful Pelister National Park, Pelister football stadium over there, which is one of the most important or well-loved teams in North Macedonia. So anyway, let's get on with this walk to Heraclea. Big beautiful cemetery gates. One thing I noticed, spring seems very advanced here. It's much more greenery than I've seen in other places in North Macedonia. Looks fantastic. Maybe it's just the rain that's brought it on. That initial flush of blooms and leaves, it looks fantastic. Hiding the skeletons of the trees. There's lots of old industry in Bitola. Lots of old factories, old buildings. It is very much a rural landscape, that's for sure. Fantastic old churches. Heraclea, brown sign, we're nearly there. Hello, get down. Hello. It's a friendly dog brigade, get down. Is this where people feed you, is it? Oh, here we are anyway, box office. Hello, old timer. Wait. very impressive. So what have we got? We've got thermal baths, portico, small basilica, forum, large basilica, episcopal palace, theatre square, fountain, theatre and ramparts. Apparently there's lots of really beautiful mosaics here as well, but they're covered with gravel because of the weather between until May, until the 1st of May. So let's see what we can see. Smart culture tour. Let's just have a walk through. I know what some of these things are from the various sites I've seen on my times. Thermal baths, where the water would be heated and channeled through. Oh wow. So this is 180 dinars to come and see Heraclea Lyncestis. These old cobblestones with a culvert running underneath the main waterway. So we've got with a portico with the columns. Wow, I've seen so many things like this. It never gets boring though. It's almost like you begin to recognise the architecture. Oh yeah, that's Roman. How cool. This is quite a compact little site there. It looks like the amphitheatre up there is going to be absolutely brilliant. Small basilica. So 2nd century Roman Christianity and all that entailed. It's a beautiful natural site, all the fantastic mosses, spring flowers, really gorgeous. Still a work in progress, that's for sure. Lots of different bits and pieces here. That must have been a huge tower at some point, I'm guessing. There's a river running in the background there, so a good source of water. And then that huge amphitheatre up there. Looking forward to seeing that. Well indeed, these are the ramparts, the Roman ramparts. So the fortifications, the protective structures which probably enclose the site. So this is it, we're at the top of the theatre. I don't think this is an amphitheatre, is it? It would just be a theatre. There would have been plays and music and acts going on down there, and then the various snacks being taken around. Don't know whether this would have been a good seat, or the good seats are at the front there, but it's spectacular. Beautiful national park in the background, mountains behind the clouds, birds singing, mist. Looks like a far distant lake in the background there. Fantastic. Really nice sight. So you got to imagine you're playing to the crowd, ain't you? Romers, how are you? How are you today? Thanks for coming. Oh, so there's a museum as well. Various recovered artifacts. And a reconstruction. Or more complete reconstruction of what the buildings might have looked like. Well, there's one bit of mosaic I can show you. Obviously a peacock. Some fantastic remnants of colours. A great museum, well worth the walk from town, very enjoyable. So a short walk from the Roman remains is the Bitola Zoo. everything looks pretty locked up. We'll just wander around anyway, see what's going on. Big old factories over in the background there. Now, I'm not going to be critical of this place, I'm here to support it. I don't know what a starving lion looks like. I mean, lions potentially starve anyway, don't they, if they don't catch something and don't make a kill, so hunger is a part of life, I guess. So I just had a chat with him, he said he's alright, he gets plenty to eat. Not many cable channels though. And there's some of the peacocks from the mosaic. Oh, it's all tying together beautifully. Now in there is a very big tiger with a very big piece of meat. So he looks happy as Larry. Wow. Wow, so close, size of his paws. My God. And there's Aroma. Oh, so that beautiful big boy was a Bengal tiger. We know he was a lion. We've got hippos here as well. Yay! Looks like pea shoots, lots of nitrogen. Meh. Oh, we've got an escapee up here. Wow, sheep cheese is really big in this part of the world, the Balkans. And the smell, I don't know what it is from the fur and from the just habits of the sheep. It's almost like a strong version of how the cheese tastes. I know that sounds a bit weird, but whew, fantastic cheese. Oh wow, beautiful colours. Hello, how are you? You alright? And of course we've got wolves, looking glorious, so well camouflaged the colour of their fur. Big chunks of meat and bone to chew on. Looks so different from dogs, almost fox-like. Yeah, big, what's that, a cow carcass? Wow, you are beautiful boys. Mozzarella buffalo. I guess they are alpacas or llamas or tucking into a good feed. Monkeys could be asleep 12 hours a day. Aye, aye. Cheeky chappy. Ringtail lemur, I think. There's a very proud looking Jeep. Hello mate. Babies. Family group. Sore bum. They are some amped up looking birds. Colour and movement, wow, super vigilant. So it's a good zoo. There's a great selection of animals here. I mean, they look like they're in natural environments rather than in a pristine environment kind of thing. Someone's been feeding him whatsits. That's not good. Don't eat them, mate, they're not natural. Yeah, it's good. And considering no one was in the ticket office, even better. But it certainly adds to the, you know, the variety of stuff to do in Bitola, so get it looked at. So I'm not awful, I did actually pay for a ticket. It was 50 dinars, which is around $1.70 AUD. Very inexpensive, very worthwhile. It's a fantastic day out. They've got a little snack bar there, take a picnic, lots of seats. Or according to Google Maps. And apparently it's a cultural centre. The pictures indicate that there's concerts here and speeches and presentations and stuff, you know, like pictures of chairs laid out and stuff. But apparently it's not always open and the people are not always friendly inside, so I think I'm going to give it a miss. National Institute for Preservation of Monuments of Culture and Museum Bitola. I guess this is the army portion. Few guns, very old looking guns, wooden rims, and a beautiful old tank. Big building. So just heading out of town, up the hillside, there's various flat spaces for gun placements, bunkers, and fantastic views over Bitola. But I'm here to see these Cold War era planes. Oh my god, what a view. Big town. So over the mountains there we've got Florina in Greece. And obviously the Macedonian Greek border. That's a way to Ohrid, and that's a way to Prilep, where I'll be venturing in the next week or so. Huge power station. Apparently there's a few little hiking tracks, nothing too massive, but in the hills up here, and just through the trees here there's a place on Google Maps called the Djene. D-J-E-A-N-E, and my nearest translation I can get for that is storehouse, and something to do with arms and ammunitions. But various people have said, oh, they should turn it into a museum, etc. But it does look like an old grand building. Anyhow, let's have a look at these planes. So on Google Maps it just says planes if you want to come and see this, and I'm not sure what type of planes they are, but heavily graffitied. People have taken home souvenirs. How thick is a plane wing? Pretty thick. Not a great deal of room in there. Cockpit, wheels gone, and then I think that's a similar type of plane there. Oh, wow, this just really does bring home the history of the area and the Soviet era expansion in the past. Well, an AI search reveals that these are North American F-86 Sabre fighter jets, which were used and operated by the Yugoslav People's Army, the JNA, during the early Yugoslav era. They were installed in this position in the 1980s. a place called the Tumbe Kaffe or Titos Hill, which is actually the name of the place where the Dijon and the little hiking area is. Tumbe Kaffe, Titos Hill, eh? There you go. And so these are bad weather interceptors and night interceptor jets. So a beautiful sunshiny day today. Got a few things planned for today. First stop is to get some shopping because apparently all the big stores are closed here, or even the supermarkets are closed on a Sunday. That, by the way, the Super Kit Go, excellent supermarket, huge range, decent prices. So let's get on to the supermarket and then get on with the day. Busy day, lots of people about. Party atmosphere, maybe it's because the soccer game's on today, Pelister's playing, or maybe it's just a weekend vibe, who knows. But good to see. So I'm going to take a look at Bitola's cultural precinct today. There's like a main walk, harbour shops around it, cafes, restaurants. There's a river, there's statues, that type of thing. So let's go and have a look. I can't understand in English what this building is. It says Macedonska Phalangia. Could be a town hall. So the main route is known as the Shirok Sotak. People out over having coffee. There's a few green shirts about, Pelister shirts, waiting for the game. Boutiques, ice cream, beautiful, pedestrianised. Really beautiful spruce trees here. Some nice vibe actually, nice and relaxed. Kind of Balkan meeting place. Fur jackets, those cold winter days. Beautiful old Catholic church dating back to 1856, time of French government. Slot machines, casinos. Beautiful square. Statue of Alexander the Great. North Macedonia, it's got to happen, some beautiful buildings here. Famous clock tower. And then two towering mosques. The Yeni Mosque and another mosque. Apparently these go back to the Ottoman period. And you've got to have your I love Bitola sign, haven't you? So this towering clock tower, first mentioned in 1639, it's been changed and enlarged since. Was in the very heart of the Bazaar, where honey, ice and marmalade was sold, believe it or not. Where there's churches and mosques, and so everything important to the people at the time. It says here, according to legend, Ottoman authorities collected approximately 60,000 eggs to add to the mortar, which was thought to make it stronger. Well, I never. And here we've got the River Drago. No doubt comes down from those mountains over there. Loads of bridges. Beautiful. Closer view of the other mosque. Superb restoration. Got the old city market, which is pretty quiet today by the looks of it. I thought it was going to be fruit and veg. But these are really old buildings. Covered walkways. Wow, this would have been bustling in the day. So in a nutshell, it's a nice picturesque little town. Obviously buzzing on the weekends. I mean, you can see all it has to offer in a few days. Depends whether you want to go for a hike or, you know, what you want to see. If you just want to see the local culture, take in the history, go to the zoo or whatever. But it is North Macedonia, so why rush? So right next to the river is a more traditional Ottoman era part of the old city. This is, you know, much less touristy. It's just like local people going about their business, shopping and greeting and whatnot. Bakers, butchers, candlestick makers. Pretty informal. It's marked on a map with a 4-word name, which I'm not even going to try and pronounce, but it is very pleasant. So this particular mosque, the Mohammed Hasdi Bey Mosque, goes back to 1521. No wonder it needed a bit of TLC. Oh, blimey. Done a bloody good job. So there is a traditional bazaar section. Started being restored in the 1930s. Fruit and veg. What I mean by bazaar is not shops but stalls. Local herbs and spices, beans, fruit and veg. Everything you need to make Macedonian cuisine. Lots of pickles, giant olives, the yummy stuff. And beautiful spring flowers. I read the other day that apparently the Romans brought lots of daffodil bulbs with them when they came to Europe, and for every fallen comrade, fallen soldier, they would plant one bulb. So no, I don't know how true that is, but it seems kind of an odd story just to be random. Hello. Fruit from a market, which you don't need to ripen. They're not all green and yellow at the ends. Absolutely gorgeous. So sweet. This is what I'm faced with resisting in this part of the world. Oh, look at those pastries. Oh my god. Delicious. Now I'm not sure the background of that piece of mural artwork over there, but it is outstanding. And there's a Sydney Opera House, an Australian passport. So that's one of those things I just never know the answer to. It's brilliant. Definitely a colourful town. So to set the story straight, this is not actually Alexander the Great, it's Philip II of Macedonia. So he's the guy who actually built Heraclea, where we was the other day, the Macedonian and later Roman complex. So it's a Philip II. I should have stuck to my instincts because I know what he looked like. I've seen so many representations of him. Curly hair and a curly beard, whereas Alexander was more wavy in his hair. This is a great place. I really enjoyed coming here today. It's a buzzing little town, well worth a visit. So just in case you're a theatrical type, that whole structure over there is the National Theatre, and it gets rave reviews, so there's some serious management apparently and serious productions. Oh, so that's the old cinema building. Mahaki. This building is actually the House of Army. I just found some boarded literature on it. Actually, there's some really good signage around town to let you know what's going on. Began construction in 1909 under the patronage of Abdul Karim Pasha, with Italian and Austrian architects. So it's the last full day in Bitola. I'm just out for a walk. I'm walking past the Heraclea Lyncestis archeological site where I visited a few days ago. and I'm on my way to a waterfall, because when I came here the other day there was a cloud and mist, so I just want to enjoy the natural surroundings of Bitola for the day. And considering most things are closed in town, then it seems like the ideal opportunity to do it. But wow, what a glorious backdrop. So as you can see, the scenery is pretty amazing. It's just a beautiful rural laneway, lots of farmland, lots of forestry, streams, orchards. Absolutely gorgeous. So the route marked on Google Maps is wrong. You need to take the path near this little chapel, shrine type of thing, and then it will take you down to the waterfall, because I just walked up to where the Google Maps path junction was designated, but it was not accurate. But I've seen the waterfall, it looks pretty cool, and hopefully there'll be another way up to the road when I get there. Look at these little flowers and stuff, it's so idyllic. Springtime. With all that's going on in the world, you need days like this to reaffirm those life-giving moments of wonder that we all need. A fair bit of plastic around, but that's also the nature of the world, isn't it? Well, lo and behold, there you have it, Heraclea Waterfall. So it bears the same name as the Macedonian Roman complex back there. And the blockwork does look pretty old. I don't know whether it dates back to antiquity, but it's well worth coming to see. So the path comes out by the beehives, and rather than turning back, 20 minutes further on is the Tumbe Kaffe hiking area, which is just above the aeroplanes where I was the other day. So we're going to head up and see what it looks like that way. A lot of people come to Bitola for the, you know, the skiing in the surrounding areas, Mount Pelister, etc. So I just want to take advantage of a beautiful day. Stretch your old legs, get the steps in. Beautiful. So this is where the Tumbe Kaffe hiking trail starts. There's a circuit that goes around and then comes back here, and then that's the way back to town via where the aeroplanes are. So I'm going to go and do this circuit and check it all out. Apparently the views from the top are well worth it. So there's some old military barracks here, some fantastic graffiti. I love that Dali one, that is tremendous. So I'm guessing this from the Yugoslavia dominant era. More great art. Stonkingly good views. So pleased I made the effort. It's a farmland. This interesting military historical site up here, and I guess this is where they kept some military weaponry perhaps, and then brought it out and put it on the spot there, maybe guns. Oh, there's a motocross park over there I can see from here, Smoleva. Motocross park, small leather. Didn't fancy walking around there. So there's lots of bunkers carved into the hillside here. We're just up above where the plains were, and these are the buildings I was pointing out the other day, the Dujane, which is hard to translate. It means pocket or ammunition, or it's a very old looking structure though. I would hazard a guess and say it might even be from the Ottoman time. So considering one of the translation was Ottoman, maybe it was some sort of fortification later used by other powers. But it's certainly an interesting looking place. This is one of the places which are frustrating the local populace because they reckon it could be turned into another source of tourism, etc. Yeah, there's like a military pillbox here. It's definitely a structure to do with some military designation. I'm glad I got up here to have a look at that. Anyway, that was really the last thing I wanted to see today. Pretty much everything else is covered, so with that all being said, I think I'm going to end the vlog up here in the hills above Bitola, the Tumbe Kaffe, Titos Hill. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and as always, peace and love.